Hello and welcome, everybody. Quick hello, everybody on Facebook. If there's anybody over there at the moment, appreciate you watching there. We do have the party going over on YouTube if you want to come hang out there with us. But thank you all for being here on this wonderful Saturday night. We do have a special guest tonight. We're going to bring her up here in just a minute. I think it's going to be a blast. It's part of our Meet the Members series that we've started. She's one of the channel members, and she's got a lot of awesome stuff going. So we want to make sure that you all know her and know what she's got going on. Before we jump into all of that, though, Ed, you have something you'd like to discuss tonight. If you want to fire off of that.
Yep. Hey, Mod Guppy for saying hi, and Chevy. But I'm not going to say hi to everybody. That's James's job. But I wanted to just throw this out real quick. We are doing a famous, man, I already messed it up. A Fish Fam Fantasy Football League. And we have like 3 spots left. If you guys can send me your email to my Facebook Messenger thing, then I'll, once I get the whole thing filled out, then I'm going to hit invites and send them out to everybody. So we still need like 3 more guys.
Alrighty.
All right, that was it. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Now I am going to run through it and say hellos to everybody. I figured that would give another minute or so for people to roll in here. We've got Sand Creek Aquatics 2. Hello, Amy. Gina French, Grumpy Mike's Fish Tanks. Myself and Ed in here talking. Roll through that. Posiwi, hello and welcome. Good to see you. Get down through here. We had a lot of good conversation going. Pugs Tanks with the low battery. Sorry about that. Gina French went to go grab something to eat. She's going to be lurking. Because your fish, hello, Aqua Balls, John Larson, Chubbs Aquatics, Holly Gibbs, Lori Vinker, Bill Witt, Mickey M, Lori Vinker, again, hello, Pepley Creek Aquatics, Mob Guppy, how are you? Candy Overhauls, thank you for being here. I see some highlighted things I will come back to. Pepley Creek Aquatics, I think I said hello, but if not, hello. Scrolling and rolling through here. Hat Trick Farm, good to see you. My glasses are extremely foggy right now. Miss Fever is here with us. Thank you for being here. Fish Tank Barn, hello. Mary Page Flynn, Sherry Kramer, Chevy Fish, The Zen Ginger, Lefty 3213A, Big J's. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Here, when I get a second, I'm going to try and get my glasses cleared off here. A couple of things I wanted to announce. First off, thank you, Aquatic Marine, for becoming a new member before the stream started. I saw that in the chat before and on my little analytic page. Been a member before, but they got their YouTube straightened out and came back at the zebra level, the highest level. So thank you very, very much for that, Kenny. If you are listening or you hit the replay, I appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I would like some feedback from you all, is that we are in 1080p tonight versus the typical 720. So if you all see a noticeable difference, if you enjoy this more than you typically do, the streams, please let me know, because there is a significant monetary difference between the two, but we are working on the 7-day free trial to see if it's worth it to you all. If it's worth it to you all, then I will upgrade and we will do 1080p from now on. The next thing I wanted to talk to is on Thursday nights, unless Rack decides to come back, we will be moving up time slots, so to speak. Kaylor's Aquatics, hello, how are you? Bob asking about changes on the websites. If you send me a message, I can, or if you just want to contact Streetwise directly, he's been updating all of that stuff and he's been doing an awesome job. But on Thursday nights, we're going to change things up just a little bit. You're still going to get 2 hours of Fish Room Fever and Chattanooga Ed, but I am going to be starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on my channel, immediately following KG Tropicals. I will go for an hour and then roll over into Ed for an hour. So a little bit of a change there. I think it's going to be a blast. We've got some fun things planned out for that, and we're going to make it as seamless as possible of a transition for you all. I don't know how things will work with the after us time slots, but that's, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it. But I think that's going to be fun, and you all are going to see some interesting new things. So I hope you all look forward to that, and I hope you all join us immediately following KG. That'll kind of get rid of that dead space that we've had for the past couple of weeks. And of course, like I said, if Rack does come back, we'll be happy to relinquish that to him. But we wanted to fill that dead air. Fantastic Freaks with the $5 super chat. Hold on a second. I got something special here for you. Where'd I put them? Where'd I put them? Oh, no. I'm losing stuff already.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That was another thing. We're going to be having a little bit more fun because everybody needs a laugh. So I got my special glasses on here, my super chat glasses. Fantastic Freak says, just got home with some Guppies, sparkling Garamis, and a gold nugget pleco. Today is a good day. Well, Fantastic Freaks, thank you for that. I almost forgot. If it goes on the board, I'm wearing the boa. I'm going to wear the boa until the super chat goes away. So thank you for that, Fantastic Freaks. And congratulations. That's an awesome, awesome pickup. Guppy sparkling Grammies and a gold nugget pleco. You cannot go wrong with that. You scroll through here, and I
can't stop looking at the glasses.
You like the glasses? There's the party popper. Hey, the way I see it, in this day and age, everybody could use a laugh. There's so much going on. Moonstone Aquatics, I can see you now. I can see you now, so glad to hear you. Love those glasses, says Amy. Yes, I can still see perfectly fine through these. And it's actually getting rid of a little bit of the glare on my other glasses. So, hey, how about that? So I think that's all the major things that I wanted to discuss before we brought our guest on tonight. As you all know, I put it in the title and all of that. She was kind enough to offer up a BETTA and a trio of her guppies that we are going to be giving away during the stream at some point. And I will get the hashtag out for those here shortly. But first, let's bring our guest up. She's a channel member. She's an awesome person. Mains, Tails, Fur, and Fins, welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for letting me come.
Oh, absolutely. So first off, a huge thank you, one, for being a channel member, but two, for those awesome bettas that you sent to Ed and myself. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, those are my second spawn, and they are butterfly dumbos. And I almost lost them, and I saved those. So the male didn't want to take care of them, and I jumped on it and methylene blued them and saved them all.
Wow. So how long have you been doing that?
I have
Keeping
only been fish keeping majorly for 8 months.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. That's so cool.
You know, on and off through the years, I've owned a tank here or there. Didn't know anything about it. Just somebody gives you a tank, and then you go and buy fish. And most of the time, you don't buy ones that go together, and then you wonder why they died.
Right.
But no, this time it was time, and my mom gave me some guppies back in. Well, I've been eyeballing them for a while, and then right before, I think it was back in October, I went out and bought 2 10-gallons, and then she gave me those guppies, and then I started out, I think she gave me a trio, and from that trio, I've got everything now, and you know, thanks to everybody that is on YouTube, that's how I've learned. I mean, I've been like a sponge, like nonstop, and it just sticks. So, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
And we are definitely blessed to have an amazing community here on YouTube.
Yeah.
You as well have a channel, and I would like to get some attention on that because I don't know that everybody knows that you have a channel. So
yeah. It's Mains, Tails, Fur, and Fins. And I believe, though, it's capitalized every letter, and then it's got a comma. So it's like Mains, comma, Tails, comma, Furs, comma, and Fins. I'm not real sure why we did it that way, but that's how it is for YouTube.
Well, I apologize. I just found out just now. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Ed, in chat, if you go and click by that person's icon, it'll go to it.
The Zen Ginger has posted the link. So that is one of the stipulations that I impose. This was not Jess's or Mains, Tails, Fur, and Fins doing. But one of the stipulations I would ask for tonight's giveaways is that I would appreciate you being subscribed here, but we definitely want you subscribed to Maine's Tails, Fur, and Fins to win tonight's giveaway.
That would be cool.
I think that's only fair, you know.
Right.
If she's going to give you a free fish, I think the subscription is, you know, the least you could do. So, and again, if you're on Facebook watching, come over here to YouTube and check us out. That way you can get entered in the giveaway later on tonight.
That's right. That's
You know what?
And it's going to be your choice. It's going to be your choice of any beta on my website. And right now, I've only got your choice out of 2 lines of Guppies, but it'd be your choice.
That's awesome.
So.
She recently did, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you recently did, yeah. I thought I'd seen a tubbing video from you at one point, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How are the tubs doing? Everything looked really nice when I saw the video.
Well, everything was doing well. I had 300-gallon tubs, and they're just the troughs, actually. We had them out in the pasture, and they were some old tubs that are troughs that just had cracked and weren't being used any longer. And I got to trying to fix them, and I fixed 2 of them, and I thought I had the 3rd one fixed. It kind of just crashed, but started leaking again, and I finally said to heck with it. But the first one, it was awesome, and the second one is working well again. I had to restart it. It was the Molly tank, and there's a video up on that where I lost all of my adult mollies. We think it's a combination of the fertilizer that I had the kids spray in my flower beds, because my tubs are in and around my garden, right out behind my house. So I had them spray fertilizer for me one day, and boys being boys, I don't think they paid attention, or they thought, hey, you know, what is this going to do? And next morning they were all belly up. So between the fertilizer and the heat, I think it depleted the oxygen, because it also killed the bugs.
Oh, wow. If it killed the bugs, it's definitely crucial.
It also killed the bugs. So I would think if it was just the heat, it wouldn't kill all the bugs.
Right.
So, but I was able to save the ones that were from just newborn to about a month old. And then I went and purchased some more. And so we're starting over. But
sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah. And then I don't know. That 3rd one's probably done with. I'll probably just go buy another one. I think I'm done with it. Yeah, you can only fix something so many times.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that. So here we go. Now I got your site. Let me share this so people can check out some of these awesome fishies here. And you can tell us a little bit about what you've got going on with your site, because you've got bettas and guppies, as we mentioned, but you've also got some other things.
Yes.
You know, you've got the manes and the fur part as well.
Yes. I have horses. My mother does the raising part. I do lessons. And so that's kind of the manes, tails part. And then fur would be, I raise corgis, Pembroke Welch corgis. And then, of course, the fins is the fish. So, yeah.
And you breed your own bettas, is that right?
I do. I breed my own. And all I will breed will be the Dumbo butterflies. So, if you see anything oddball out there, it's because it was given to me, or, you know, not one that I raised.
Gotcha. Well, you have got some absolutely beautiful fish. I have to say, it was kind of hard to choose when I went through and was looking at those.
And I'm going to tell you what, I took those pictures outside because I wanted to capture their natural colors. So their colors outside are completely different from what they look inside. So I had to put that disclaimer on the website. And so I don't know what's better. I don't know whether I need to take the pictures of them inside or outside. But they're prettier outside.
They are. They it's funny how I'm getting the feedback somewhere. Let me talk quietly. It's funny how the sunlight affects the colors of just about everything when we go to take pictures of it.
Oh my gosh, it so does. Especially, I mean, I knew it did it on the Bettas, but the Guppies, man, I ooh and all over them when I take them to the store, and you got to carry them in a jar or whatever. You take them to the store that you sell your fish at, and you pick the jar up and you see it in the sunlight, and you're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
They're gorgeous. I didn't know they looked like this. Yeah. There's
So, that's the one that I absolutely had to purchase right there. Yeah. Love it. Frank Basanta, hello, says, how long has she been breeding Bettas for?
8 months.
Now, awesome. These were all babies that have just grown out?
Yes, these are 6 months old.
Wow, you did so good right off the bat.
The first,
you're amazing.
This is not easy breeding Bettas. Oh my goodness. I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried. And I would try this pair and they didn't like each other. And then I tried this pair and they didn't like each other. And then I guess being newbie dads or dads to be, they had to kind of figure things out. So they didn't quite get it right the first time. So you'd have to let them rest, and then we'd go again. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But you find that pair that like each other, and there you go. So I have 2 pairs right now that like each other.
Well, that is awesome, and that also lets everybody know that you're going to get some good life out of the Bettas that you're getting, because that's one thing with fish, you never know how old they are once they kind of reach adult size. It's like,
right,
is it going to last for 2 months, or do I have 2 years with it? So
right, I had a male that I tried, and he didn't last long, so I don't know exactly how old he was, but he ended up being he was a butterfly dragon, and that was before he was a gold color, and now that was before I really had researched a whole lot about the dragons. Now I'm not going to carry dragons because I don't want the extra added issues that go with them. So, but yeah, he's passed on to greener pastures. But so I don't know how old he was when I got him. But yeah, these babies are 6 months old, so they still have a ton of fin growing to do. So
now, where do you keep your females? Do you keep the females all together? Do you keep them separate, or?
Well, the ones that I'm breeding, I have one sorority that has most of them in it. I have another tank that has 2 in it, and then the sisters yours are all in one tank.
Nice.
And if you grow them up together, usually they can stay together. Every now and then you'll have one that you can't, but and this sorority, which is their sisters, I want to sell them, but I don't want to sell them individually. I want to find that person that wants a sorority really bad,
right?
And there's one already made. That way they're not going and buying a beta here, a female beta there. I've already got it. It's right here, So that way we're not unintentionally killing females, because they will.
Absolutely.
My shop does that.
Yeah.
Sells them as a sorority.
That's awesome.
First time I saw it, because he has them all like in these cubes, but he can open like little doors.
Okay.
And I was looking down and I see this beta go right through the door into this other one. I was like, gonna have a heart attack. And it turned out it was a sorority. They were just full grown girls.
Right.
So they were big, and his boys were young at the time, so they all looked the same. But yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah.
I just gave me a heart attack.
Yeah. I had to separate these at probably 3 months. When the males really start showing finish, and you can tell the difference between the two. And then you can also tell when they're not necessarily fighting yet, but they're flaring. And I didn't want any fin nipping yet or any fighting yet. So at 3 months, I was able to separate everybody out, but I was able to keep all the girls together.
Now, when they're all born, are they just all different colors, or is the like just all the same?
Yeah, when they're all born, they're all the same color. you don't know color until several weeks in, and then they'll kind of start changing colors. It's almost like a base color first. It's like I seen red in these first, and then as they get older, all these other different colors start coming through. So when they're born, they're clear. They look like guppy babies, but smaller, way smaller. But they're clear with big eyes.
And then once they get older, they're all different varieties of colors, or you just don't, or is it a lot whatever the parents were?
Well, it's just going to depend, and then it's going to depend what the parents were, so I don't know exactly who these parents were. And so it actually threw colors that I didn't even know we were going to get. I thought we were going to get more red, white, and blue solid. Where the white came from, it had to come from the Dumbo side. And she's a lighter, but no white in her, so, but the butterfly has the white in it too. So I guess that's where the white came from. But yeah, they all are different. They're all different.
That is so much fun that you're able to do that and watch them grow.
I have had, it's kind of like, everybody says this, but it's kind of like Christmas. You wake up, get in there, you walk into your tank, not with the bettas, but with, guppies or anything else. You're like, oh my gosh, we got babies.
Yep.
And with the bettas, it's more like, oh my gosh, we got eggs, be quiet, calm. Don't
Very
disturb
cool.
them, no vibrations, be quiet.
Very, very, very cool. Hello, Jack and Dan. Good to see you. Roxanne Powers has joined us. Anthony's Fishy Friends, Petzotic / multiple aquariums, Darlene's Tanks, a couple other people. John Cox, good to see you. I just missed somebody's name. So I did put the banner across there. Enter hashtag BETTA to enter tonight's BETTA giveaway. Again, the request would be that you are subscribed to at least Mains, Tails, Fur, and Fins. If not, even maybe myself, possibly. But definitely, she's giving away free fish. Yeah, she's giving away free fish. So it would be appreciated if you're at least subscribed to her channel.
I'm going to enter, but I am not going to win. I'm just going to see if I can win. If that makes sense.
There you go. And we'll probably give it
I will
about
pass it if I win.
about 7 more minutes. We'll go ahead and do that right at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I just wanted to make sure, in case anybody was lurking and not watching, that they were aware, because they wouldn't see that going across the screen there. We do have 73 people watching and 55 thumbs ups. I appreciate you all very, very much.
Thank you.
Awesome crowd tonight.
And hey to everybody that I know. I can't keep up with this chat so far yet, so I'm sorry. This one was a little bit faster.
So I guess the other thing would be with the fish. You would need to be in the U.S. because we can't ship fish outside of the U.S. That's kind of a given, but we want to reemphasize that. I think everybody I've seen here is familiar with that rule, but just to put it out there one more time, due to export and import laws and all that, we need you to be in the U.S. Other than that, it's really simple. Hey, Big Tank Hank, good to see you. Aquaballs, hello.
Page.
Lots of awesome people have come in. I'm sorry, I know I've missed some people.
Maga.
Yep, 44. So let me do this. Let's show people these guppies you have while we're waiting to do that first giveaway.
Awesome.
Get this added on here.
And these guppies, the mutt guppies are, I guess, descendants of the ones that I started out with, my mom's. So,
Mom Guppy has a question. How many jars do you have to set up to be able to grow out that many babies?
Well, so behind me is my Vader Barracks. I don't know if I go this way. Okay. And I had the light turned down, but I can turn it up if you can't see. I just didn't want it to blind everybody because it can get bright. But I can house 150. But I only had to house the males, and with this go round, I only had to house the males, and there were 29 of them. So, but I have room for 150, and I'm fixing to start a new spawn since these are kind of starting to move out. And I won't ever do that to where I've got like multiple, and I don't have anywhere for them to go. So, we'll start kind of moving these out, and then I'll go ahead and start another spawn. But it can take a month for me to finally get one that they're good with each other. Even the two that I think are pairs, they may, this time they may decide not to be.
Now you have to divide them at 3 months.
Well, that's just what I had to divide them. I kind of just think it's that person's discretion. I didn't want any issues, so I did at that time. Like I said, when I started seeing them starting to flare, but they weren't chasing or biting or anything like that yet. They were just starting to flare. And this is when I started jarring, and I have them they're in 32-ounce jars because I didn't want them in cups. And my Vader Barracks are based off of Corey's, his Vader Barracks that he has in the back of the shop, I believe. He did a video on it, and we kind of copied that. And but I wanted to go with a bigger size, and of course, if you've got 29 of them, you really can't go with too much of a bigger space. And then you got to think about how much weight is sitting on those. I mean, you can put more braces under it, but so I thought 32 ounces was pretty good.
Absolutely. Real quick, it is not case sensitive, but if you put an S on the end, it will not get you entered. So it doesn't have to be all caps. It can be caps. It can be lowercase. It can be capitalized. Just no S on there, and it will get you entered, because we had several people asking about that.
How old can you tell between the sexes? Like, if it's 3 months for the boys, can you tell boys from girls like at 2, or how's that work?
Well, sometimes, okay, so at least with the bigger finned Bettas, you can start telling a difference, maybe about 2.5 months. But usually about 3.5 is when you're definitely going to see it. Some of them, and I made the mistake, and one of them was a female. And that female to this day has the longest fins on a female I have ever seen.
Wow.
But
that's awesome.
And she's gorgeous. But yeah, she's definitely got some finnage on her. But so she's one that I did mistake as a male. But then you look for the little dot where they have the eggs or hold the eggs. And but I have that, and I haven't had any problems. The male fins just keep getting longer and longer, and the females just grow with them. They don't keep getting longer as the body stays. They just grow with them. And then the males do. The males' fins get longer as the body just anyway.
Well, I hope you get that big girl to meet a boy, because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I have plans for her. I do have plans for her.
He's like the queen of the ball. It's like,
right.
You don't want to dance for him.
Yeah, and if I do put that sorority up for sale, or if somebody came to me, I don't know if she would go. She probably would stay with me.
Yeah,
she's nice. I am thrilled with her. I'd like to cross her with another one of my big ears. So,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm partial to Dumbos. Anything Dumbo. I mean, I am just attracted to. I love fins. I love long manes and tails. Horses with long manes and tails. Dreamland. Love it.
Very, very nice. So we've got about a minute, and then I'm going to do the drawing. If you have not entered #BETTA, no S. JH Aquatics, Amber with Big City Bettas. Hello. D from Down the Wormhole is also here. I saw Steed Fought up there somewhere. Jacob Kelly. Lots of awesome people. I am curious at this point. about 30 minutes in. Are you all seeing a quality on your end, a difference in terms of the upgrade to the 1080? If it's not noticeable, then I'm not going to pay the extra money for it. But if you all are finding that it is noticeable and a better picture for you all, then that's something I'd like to know so that we can bring you better quality.
So, stupid question. Are you meaning like a clearer picture, like more definition?
There should be more definition for the viewers, and it should just be a little bit crisper, not quite so fuzzy.
I think I'm gonna have to compare. I'm gonna have to compare them before I can say anything.
I'm gonna have to do the same.
All right, let's see. We've got 53 eligible. So hold on, before I do that, let me stop this screen here. Let's get this pulled up because I like everybody to see that it's fair.
We'll talk Guppies after the drawing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through here and just make sure that it hasn't disqualified anybody, because it did have a bunch of people disqualified, and I had to check their names back off so that they were qualified. All right. Looks like everybody has a blue dot. So here we go. Switch over here. There. Come on. Go back. 54. Last scroll through here, because I've seen it tick people off before, and then they don't get qualified or entered. All right. And we're going to roll it. And Mr. Zen, see, this is why I do it on air, because if I were to have done that and you all didn't get to see it, there would have been people calling shenanigans because Mr. Zen throws so much money at me all the time. They'd be like, no, that's not fair. He picked him because of his super chats.
Oh, congratulations,
so, Mr. Zen, congratulations. Yep. You have won a BETTA of your choosing off of the Main's Tales Fur and Finn's website.
Yes. So just go to the website and pick the one that you choose. And then, well, I guess you just email me, or I guess you can go through the comments through the website and let me know through there as well. Either way, we can post my email. It's not a big deal.
Alrighty, I will grab that because I don't know that anybody else has it. Give me just a second to do that.
Okay.
Make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. And then I'm going to pull up the Guppies section of your page because I'm sure Ed wants to talk Guppies with you.
Yep. And that's going to be a short ride for that BETTA because it's just going to Houston. That's pretty close to you. How many hours?
Yeah, nope, you ain't going far, but I'm not using USPS. No, yeah, I've got a story for that one. I have got a story on that one.
Here we go. All right. Now we got your Guppies up there. Ed can fire away his questions.
Yep. So, well, you got the Guppies first, right?
Do what? Yep.
Now, do you love Guppies more or BETTA?
Oh, I don't know. When I started out, I loved the BETTAs more, but I'm growing more and more partial to the Guppies because there's more of them, I guess. There's more different types and colors, and there is on BETTAs, but when you go with vintage on BETTAs, it's not as many. You got Dumbo and you got Butterfly, for the bigger vintage. But with Guppies, man, there's all kinds of them, and you go all the way from top dollar to just your basic. But these right here are some cherry snakeskin that me and someone on Aquavid battled over. So those were quite, I guess, wanted at the time, but I was taking them. So,
well, they're gorgeous.
They are. They're hard to take pictures of. The pictures just don't come out on them or video very well. But once you see them in person, you're like, wow, these are better than what I thought.
James has got the super fancy camera, and he was videotaping in the super fast speed, and it shows those neat colors off.
Really?
Explain that to us, James.
So basically, I was recording stuff in 8K so that I could downgrade it. But you could do the same with 4K. 8K really brings out a lot of crazy colors if you go through and do 60 frames per second. You could do it at other frames also. But I cheat and I use the 8K so that I can get some of the really awesome photos, and then I'll extract a still image out of the 8K video. But 4K is still awesome. That's my tip to anybody trying to get pictures, is you can film it in 4K and then go back and pull the images from it, so you're not trying to get that perfect little shot.
Now, could she film it for like 5 seconds or even 3 seconds, whatever, just going fluttering, and put it on her website and people would see it?
It's definitely a possibility. I don't know how her website is set up on the back end, but I mean, there's ways to put clips on
yeah,
websites.
I can put video and clips. I just haven't got that far yet. I was trying to get everything ready for tonight.
Well, and I was just blown away with his ability to get the shot that I've never been able to get, because
really,
yeah, it's really cool.
Hey, that would be a good topic for your other channel, James.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna
do that.
I'm gonna get into some more of the tech and streaming and stuff like that on the other channel, because I miss talking about it, but it seems to deter a lot of people from watching when I talk to you about it.
I'm not technically, or what do you call it, tech savvy, and
that's me.
Yeah, and so I have to figure it out. And most of the time, I'm like, I keep doing any help. I just don't understand this. So, but yeah, I got lots of topics for you if you start doing all that.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have some fun over there.
Yeah, even starting YouTube for the first time, people, I don't know anything about this. I'm going along, learning as I go.
Yep. And I did talk a lot about that in some older live streams and videos, but we're going to go back over that kind of stuff on the other channel that's not strictly fish. And I've even got stuff lined up. Like I've got a gentleman that he owns his own beard care line of products. So I'm going to have him on there at one point. I'm going to be over on his channel at one point. Just a lot of things that we can't really do on here.
Right.
Now, what's the name of that channel?
It is Beard Nation. I don't know if you'll find it via searching because it's so small. I think I only have.
I did. I found it.
Did you? Okay, good deal.
Those
now,
are the
oh, wait, I've got 42 subscribers now.
I need to still sub to you.
But I do need to bring something up, because I'm not worried about my subscriber count on either one as much as I am the fact that we need to get Main's Tails Fur and Finn some more subscribers here. Let me refresh. It may have gone up, but I just haven't refreshed it. Let's check that. I've got like 7 windows open, so it's slowing down a little bit here. Oh, we have. Okay, see, it was at 61. Now it's at 80 subscribers, so that is awesome.
My goodness.
Thank you all that had gone over there. That is great. Grumpy Mike's Fish with $1 super pooper chat there. Let me say thank you, Grumpy Mike. I appreciate that. Awesome. Oh, that was kind of lame. That one barely went anywhere. We're going to do one more here.
That one was poopy.
That was poopy. That is a poopy one. Shot right past the camera, but that one actually went further. Yeah, so thank you, Grumpy Mike.
Let's talk about some of these mutt guppies. They're amazing.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes the ones that I buy that are top of the line, they can't touch some of these mutt guppies that I've got. They are insane. The top lines, even just looking into the ponds, you can see the top lines of them are just iridescent. And so you have the color of the guppy on each side if you're looking through an aquarium, but then you turn the lights off or whatever, or if you see them in a pond and then you see a top line, an iridescent, and there's mosaic, there's jumbo. I mean, and the colors, I'm just blown away. I am just blown away.
They are absolutely beautiful.
Impressed myself. But thanks to my mom for those, though. Started out with them.
Yeah, they're just gorgeous. And those are the type that I try to get also from my ponds. Just so I call them basically a pond guppy because they're so pretty from above.
Right, they are. They are. They are just amazing.
But yeah, they're just crazy awesome. Okay. Well, what was the top?
Oh, you want me to go back to the top?
We never talked about.
Half black pastels.
Correct. The half black pastels. So there was a story behind the half black pastels. I had bought some from Thailand, and they were supposed to be German ribbon fin guppies. And I did. I got the German ribbon fin guppies. However, if you don't know on guppies, which probably most of us do, if you get a ribbon fin male, they cannot breed. And they sent me a long fin male. And of course, you know, I had to call, and it didn't do any. They didn't send me anything else, so that just kind of went by the wayside. But I still wanted that color, that style, and so I got to searching, and I found the half black pastels, and so I had bought juveniles, and I started out with the juveniles, and now I've got 4 generations of the half black pastels.
Very nice.
So,
Yeah,
and then I have at the bottom, I believe, is okay. So I do have those. They just haven't had their first set of babies yet. Most of the guppies that I buy as juveniles. That way I can raise them in my water. They can have their first babies in my water. And I've got really I've got good water for guppies and bettas. And all I have to do is add dechlorinator, and that's it. But those are the Dumbo green dragons, and they should be dropping any day now. And they show some really good color. They're not quite as green as that picture is, lime green on the top. They're more they are green, but not that lime green. Or maybe they will continue to color up, because they were late in coloring up. At first, I was like, something ain't right. But then they just poof, and they colored up. The Santa Clauses are the same way. It took them forever to color up, but they have colored up. Yes, the Dumbo Santa Claus.
That's very pretty fish too. Wow, words are hard, as Candy would say.
I know. You throw fantasy football on there, and it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
I had seen the Santa Clauses, and for a while I just kind of watched them, and then I seen the Dumbo Santa Clauses, and I was like, yep, it's time. So those are the only ones that I have on the website. But that's not all I have. So okay. I'll tell you what I'll tell you what I will have come Monday. I will also be adding to the website big ear black mosaics. No, I'm sorry, big ear black Moscows. They're pretty much Dumbo Moscows. Dumbo ear red ribbon tail. So it's Dumbo ear red ribbons. And then albino Dumbo ear mosaic, rainbow Moscow butterfly. That's a pretty fish.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
That is okay. So you take like a black baseline, but then take an iridescent sheen over the top of it. So it's got all the colors, big fins, but like a black background.
Like a spectrum.
It's amazing. I wish I was hoping to have pictures, and I do have pictures. I can't put them up here. But they are that's a nice one. So, and I'm bringing in not trios, bringing in pairs. No, I did bring in a trio of that one, because I'm going to cross it. Let's see. So I bought the trio of the Moscow butterfly, because one of the females I'm going to take and cross with a male that I have that is from my mutt guppies, but he's throwing it's 4 of them, and they're throwing white dots, not black dots. So you take like a mosaic, and
Nice.
instead of it being black dots, it's white dots. And so I have a buddy of mine that we're kind of partnering up on some things, and he's got the degree in the DNA and everything, biologist. Yeah, DNA. Went to school for all this. I'm self-teaching, and he's already been there and got the degree. So
good partner to pick.
yes. And then so I'm hoping to have a good. Of course, it'll be a year from now before we ever know that anything's going to come out of that. But maybe that'll be something to look forward to.
For sure.
And then I have also coming in some blue dragon big ears. So like the green dragon that's on my website, I've got the blue dragon, the red dragon, and I've got purple dragons coming in. So I've got all of the dragons. And the purple dragon is also a ribbon fin. So that's kind of special. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 10 coming in Monday to start. So hopefully in a month or two, those will be starting to sell and be on the website as well.
Very nice. So,
awesome.
We've got a question up there for you. Ed, do you want to grab that, or I can grab it?
Actually, you do it, because I want to type in Guppy.
So John Cox is asking what type of corgis you have.
I have tricolored Pembroke Welsh corgis.
Now, does
pictures of them on my website?
Yeah, you should. Does all the time that you're doing with the fish take away from your horses?
Oh, I do a lot of things. I'm trying. Okay, so by day, my daytime job is I am a landscaper. And I am trying to phase that part of my life out and move into just my horses, my fish, the dogs, and my kid. With everything that has happened, we have decided to keep him at home and homeschool him this year. So that's going to take up a lot of extra time as well.
For sure.
So, but with the horses, if I didn't have the landscaping, it would be a lot easier to manage my time. But I just can't weed it out just yet. I got to make some more fish cells.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, does any of your horses play with like a rubber ball with a rubber triangle on it?
I have one that I sold, but he boards with me, and he's a black and white paint horse, and he will play with anything. If it's a paper bag that's blowing in the arena or whatever, he'll walk over there and just start throwing it around. And you can't put his winter blanket, you can't just throw it over his stall door, because he picks it up and you'll look out the window and he'll have it all thrown up in the air. And by that time he's got it in the stall with him, and then it needs to be cleaned again. But
well, I'd seen those toys and I thought, no horse is ever going to play with it. And one of my neighbors got a horse that would not put his down.
Yeah.
I mean, the horses would always be running, but he'd have his in his mouth all the time. And he'd just be wet, like a dog with it,
right,
dragging it in the air. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, they're like people. They have personalities as well. And they all have different personalities. And some will and some won't. Some are grumpy and some are a little high strung.
So 2 things real quick. One, I pulled a Pam and pushed a button. So if everybody would type #Guppy one more time, just to be safe, to make sure you're entered, because I saw some people disappear when I pushed that button. The second thing is Bob Kaler had a question. Said, what percentage are cold?
Of what?
I'm assuming the guppies.
Okay. Guppies, I haven't had any issues with I haven't had to cull any of the cherry snake skins. Of the half-black pastels, every now and then I'll have to cull 2 or 3, and they go in the mutt bin.
Yeah, when you get that mutts, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the great thing about that is it adds some, which yours already have amazing genetics, obviously, but it adds some nice new genetics to your mutt guppies.
They are. They're pretty cool.
Do you ever have to call the Bettas, or do they like?
I haven't had
get
to
ugly
yet.
ones? Or?
No,
Okay.
I haven't had to yet. Now, I took one. Okay, so y'all are building your Vader Barracks right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are you going to do filtration, automatic water change?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
won't-
have a sump and then water constantly flowing through.
Okay.
All the ones.
That's what I have. I have a sump, which is, well, I could tote it down, but anyway, it's below
Right.
them, and it, goes up, and they all have drippers. Okay, so I had to have a way for it to come out. Well, we burned 3 holes, so it would be plenty, but not enough for them to go out of it. And they decided that it was easier to hold themselves up by just pushing themselves up against the holes, because there's a little, not like
they're using the suction to pull themselves up.
Yes. And they figured that out. Hey, it's a lot easier to do this. So I would come in and they'd be like, "Why do it?" And I'm like, "What are you doing?" Well, some of them, before I caught what they were doing, some of them really messed up their fins. And I had one that really messed up his fins a lot. Like, he looked like a female again, or a female. And I put him in a tank, and the next day he was gone. I have a cat, but it has a lid, so I don't know. I don't know where it went. That's going to be a mystery for a while. But no, I haven't had to cull any of them. So
Dan, have a great day from Jack and Dan. I appreciate you swinging by. We'll probably, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say exactly when we're going to give away the guppies, but we will hear shortly. If anybody is, again, listening and lurking and not actually watching, if you want to enter to win the guppy trio from Jess at mainstalesfurandfins.com, come on back from lurking and hit hashtag guppy. The only rules are you need to be in the United States to win. If you're watching on Facebook, you need to come over to YouTube to do this, because you also need to be subscribed to Main's Tails Fur and Fins YouTube channel. That was not her specification, that was mine. I felt that was only fair, since she offered to give those away, that we could help her channel out, because that's what the Meet the Members segment is all about, or the new series. So absolutely, I'm going to refresh.
And so Dragon Lair is asking if I have any of the solid black guppies. I don't have any right now. I should have some of the Dumbo black Moscows. They're coming in Monday, but it'll be a month, 2 months, before I have anything for sale. So
I certainly understand
I
how
bring
that
in
is.
trios and pairs, and then I breed them. I don't buy, a whole bunch, bring them in, and then send them out. I want to raise them, I guess, is what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
And Dragon Lair, it sounds like she has an all black that has like a sheer to it. That's what she was on the rainbow. Was it a rainbow cow, or?
That's the Moscow butterfly.
But it's actually is it solid black with the neat spectrum on it?
That's how I would describe it. It was like a black background with an iridescent overcoat. I mean, it just looked, you see all colors of the rainbow through it. No white.
Very nice.
That is cool.
So, sorry, let me get this pulled up here. You've also got angelfish available on your website. Do you want to tell us about those
did
guys?
have
It
them.
did. Okay. All right. Well, then I won't go to that page then.
Yeah, I need to pull them down. Honestly, this is one of those lessons that I'm learning, and I don't know what happened. They were fine. I put them in with. I have 2 peacock gudgeons, and I put them in the tank with them because I was redoing the tank that they were in. So I moved them, and they were fine for a day or two, and then they started sinking and just hanging out in like a bottom corner. And I would, I'd go look at them. They were swimming. They come up to eat, and everything would be fine. But when they were done, they just kind of go down that bottom corner. So I was like, surely the gudgeons aren't messing with them. They're peaceful fish. That's what I've been told. So I ended up moving them back to the other tank. And I don't know. I don't know. I keep coming up with theories, but there is nothing. So they looked up, they quit eating, and they were just looking up at the top and wouldn't swim around or nothing. They just kind of hung at the top. And for about 5 days, and they just one after the other. And I did everything, called everybody, called my partner, and I couldn't figure it out. And of course, he said if it's a butterfly, that once they stop eating, that's it. That's crap, which I didn't know that. And I actually, out of those butterflies, I culled one, and it's actually in the Beta sorority tank. And instead of its fins being like this, they can kind of move their fins kind of like all around, but this one can only move its fins like this up by its head. So, and I didn't know that when I bought it, it didn't show until it got a little bit bigger. But it's a cull, but he's fine. So, sometimes there's just mysteries we can't find answers to.
Yeah, it happens, unfortunately, especially in this hobby. Sometimes, stuff happens and we never figure out exactly why. And I think a lot of times also we might think we found out why, but there was something that, could have only been diagnosed by actually having the fish, opened up and checked out, and and things that we're not going to go through in the hobby, especially if it's a couple of dollar fish and it's not a recurring issue.
Right. And this is the second time I've been through butterflies. Or angels. I don't know. Maybe they don't like my water. It could be. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna try them again. But my bettas and the guppies love it. So I think I'm sticking with that.
Because Beth, hello, I saw you earlier, but I didn't get a chance to say hello, is saying to ask you what your favorite type / color of betta is.
I like the big ear dumbos they're like a grayish blue color. I wish I could bring Gandalf over here and show you him. He's out of my first spawn. And I have an alicorn. An alicorn is a special beta, and he won't be for sale. And I'm gonna breed him and try and get some more of them, but you don't get them very often. And they are sometimes called unicorns. And I wanted one forever, and they wanted $100 for them, and I just wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it. And my first spawn, I got one. So I have him, and then I've got Gandalf. I kept them out of my first spawn. So, but my favorite is the alicorn or unicorn, and then the grayish bluish Dumbo.
Very, very nice. Frank Basanta is asking how many bettas in the sorority tank.
28 or 29.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. And I have them in a 30-gallon. Yeah, I have them in a 30-gallon and plenty of room. The only thing I need to do is add some more coverage, more plants, bigger plants. I didn't realize how tall that tank was. So, but they're fine. In fact, I got them in there with some guppies, that angel, a pike snail. It's my partner's. I'm just holding him for him. It's a big snail. But yeah. So yeah, it's 28 or 29 of them.
Is Gandalf white or gray?
He's both. He's white and gray.
That's better.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to ask the nerd question.
No.
Well,
I need to see if I can get him.
Now, the other one, how did you pronounce what it was called? Not a unicorn, but a...
Alicorn.
You see, the whole time you were saying Alicorn, I was saying you should name him Aragorn. Aragorn Alicorn. Sorry, just too much Lord of the Rings stuff going through my head.
Oh no, that's what it's from. My name, their mama is Oracle, and let's see, Gandalf's in here. Merlin, his daddy's in the living room in another tank. So yeah, that's kind of, I like Renaissance and that type of stuff. So that's the names I go for.
Do you have a Soren?
Nope.
James does.
Oh.
Slightly different.
Oh,
darn
it.
Close enough. It happens all the time, though. Soren is actually did come from a movie that came from the Owl movie, Legend of the Guardians. But you're thinking Sauron.
Yep, I know that one.
I'm gonna pull this up here because, like Beth went and Googled the alicorn, said it was a beautiful fish. I want people to see it if they're not familiar with it. So give me just 1 second, and we will add that in here so that people can see what you're talking about in case they've never seen one. I'd not seen one. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, they are. In fact, he's just like that one.
That is
like the
beautiful fish.
Yeah, that one right there. Correct. That is what he is. And he's Dumbo, so he's got the big, pectoral fins to go with it. So I think I do have some pictures of him, but they're on. I think they're on my Instagram. And there's also pictures of Gandalf on my Instagram.
Awesome. Now, is it safe to say that people could expect to see a video of them on your YouTube channel if they're subscribed over there?
Sure can.
All right. There we go.
If not, I'll make it. I think they're in my tour video, my first tour video. I think they're in that one. But if not, I'll get one made. So
I'm going to do this. We've got you at 94 subscribers currently.
Wow.
We're definitely going to do the giveaway even if it doesn't happen. But I'll say if we can get her to 100 subscribers, we'll do the giveaway at that point. Otherwise, you all can just wait a little while longer. So
let's do it.
If you haven't subscribed already to Maine's Tails, Fur, and Fins YouTube channel, we'll put a link up again for that. You can go subscribe to her. And we'll either give the guppies, the trio of guppies away when she hits 100 or at some point just before the stream ends.
Wow.
But thank you all. Go ahead.
I have a question for the audience.
Okay.
With me being, I'm going to say I'm a beginner. I'm an educated beginner. What would you like to see as in videos from me, going forward at the stage I'm at, because like you guys are, y'all been in it, been doing it for a long time. So y'all can do question and answers and stuff like that. I can't, so mine is more like, okay, well, I've made this mistake and this is what I did, but is it right? I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 83 people watching. 78 of them have hit the thumbs up. So thank you all very, very much for that. So yeah, we could definitely get some input on that. I will just say that I've tried to play the what do people want game, and it's never worked for me. So I try to do things that I enjoy because that definitely comes through. If you do something just because people want to see it and you don't enjoy it, the quality definitely shows. Just my opinion,
Well,
Well,
I didn't intend on when I started doing the fish. I didn't know that YouTube was going to be with it. I didn't know that YouTube was going to be a part of it. I can't honestly tell you. I don't really know why I started doing YouTube. I guess yes, I do. I started doing it because I learned. That's how I learned from y'all. I got to watch. I'm a very visual learner, I guess, and if I can watch somebody do it, then I can usually do it. And
Look at that, 100 subscribers.
what?
that's awesome.
What? Oh
And
my God.
congratulations. And that's part of why I wanted to do this series, is because there are so many awesome channels that are members that I appreciate you all, and I want to help you all in any way I can. And that helps the community, because now they've found somebody else that they can go check out videos and do awesome things.
Wow.
So thank you all very, very much for that. We appreciate each and every one of you. And congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, I wasn't expecting that.
So let's see. We've got 46. Hold on just a second. There are a couple people that are not checked as being eligible, but their names are up here. So let me get the share screen up again.
I think I started watching the Fish Tube for DIY filters. And from there, I realized, oh my gosh, there's a lot of videos on fish.
There are.
And that's how I ended up getting stuck down the wormhole, I guess.
And then too, it's a very welcoming family.
It really is.
Everybody wants to help everybody, and I'm for helping everybody, and anything that I can do, I want to help. And what little bit that I do know, I want to pass on. You know, maybe I can say it in a different way that somebody else has. You know, that's kind of how my take on it is.
Right. Or just like the fact you mentioned you've been going about 8 months, this round in the hobby, and you're breeding bettas successfully. So for someone like me who's considered doing it, I look at people like, say, Big City Bettas. I saw her in here earlier. I know that she knows what she's a very advanced betta person. So I look at that and go, well, she knows everything about them. Maybe I don't have it in me to be able to do it. But when, I guess you give me hope, if you will, that like, well, she's just started in 8 months ago. Let me see what she's doing. And then I can work up to, other things.
It isn't easy, but it's not brain science, I guess. It's just very patient. You got to be patient, and you got to know when's the right time to get them out. When's the right time to separate them.
Gotcha. So we're going to give about a minute just to make sure everybody has a chance. If you're lurking or if you're on Facebook, jump over here to YouTube real quick on the Fisherman Fever channel. #Guppy. I almost said the first hashtag. #Guppy. And be subscribed to Maine's Tails Fur and Fins YouTube channel. And we will draw that in about 60 seconds or so. I know there's a slight delay, so we'll give people about a minute or so to draw that.
I showed off Daisy the pug for Pugamus.
Well, very nice.
But there's too many people in the other room. She just wanted to say hi for a minute. She probably wanted to see if there was barbecue in here.
And for the longest time, because of how big Corey is, he's the first one that pops up on most anything you type in Guppy. And I mean, he's great, and he teaches great. And I've learned a lot. That's all I can say. I have learned a lot from him. Everybody. I mean, anybody that's got videos, I've been there. If I'm a member, I have been through them, and I'm still going through them. And yeah.
So I'm going to get to that question after the drawing. Real quick, I want to answer. I saw something highlighted. Darlene's Tanks was asking if I'm in top chat. Technically, I am on this on the Nightbot site, but I don't even look at that chat. I've got live chat on in my pop-out chat over on the other monitor. But yes, that is over in top chat on that one that I'm not watching the chat in. But I appreciate you pointing that out, because that would be a horrible mistake. So we are going to go through here. We've got 54 eligible users. Make sure that everybody's name that's here is checked as being eligible. See, there are a couple that were marked off. Do one quick scroll up. All right. And the winner of the Guppy Trio from mainstalesfurandfins.com is Maria Z. Congratulations, Maria.
Maria, congratulations.
Very cool. She's so cool. So that's awesome.
So we will post Jess's, Maintails Fur and Fins, email address so that you can contact her and get that worked out. And again, thank you, Jess, for offering to do that. That was awesome of you. It wasn't expected when I offered to have you on. It was just my saying thank you for being a member. And then when you came back and said, hey, I want to do some giveaways, I was like, that's my
way of saying thank you too. And like I said, I want to help, So, but Maria, just go there, go on my site, and just right now I've only got the tree snake skin and the half black pastels. If you want to wait and just kind of hold on to your ticket for the Dumbo Green Dragons or any of the ones that I have coming in, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Just let me know.
Okay.
That's super cool.
That's it. Very, very awesome of you. Dragonlair's wanting to know, do you breed any placat?
Placat?
Placats, yes.
I do not.
Keep my teeth in.
No, I haven't crossed into that, and I don't know that I will. I like the fins. I like the Dumbo and the butterflies. And I think that's my niche. I think that's what I'll stay. I don't want to be jumping around too much. With the Guppies, yes. With the Bettas, no. I don't know. I guess I want to be known for having, the Dumbos. If you want Dumbos, this is who you go to. You want Bettas with fins and color, this is where you go to. So for now, that's what I want to do.
So as you all can see, I'm back to this. Thank you, Fantastic Freaks, for the $5 super chat.
Awesome.
I appreciate you. That was perfect. It hit the camera and kept on going. Says, Manes, Tails, Fur, and Fins, what's your favorite type of fish? As you can tell by my logo, I'm a fan of puffers.
What is my favorite kind of fish?
Yep. What is your favorite kind of fish?
Oh, it's just a toss-up between the Guppies and the Bettas. I don't know that I like more or love one more than the other. But I guess if I had to, it'd be Guppies right now.
Very, very nice. And thank you again, Fantastic Freaks. I appreciate the super chats and also you being a member as well. I don't want people to think that I jumped over them because I've got another comment here. I'm playing off of 3 different chats so I don't miss anything, but I wanted to get this on because as long as there's a super chat on the board, I'm wearing it. That's the rules.
3 chats and 4 sets of eyes.
Yeah. Absolutely. John Cox had mentioned you were asking about what type of videos. Breeding videos seem to play well over time as people can search them when they want to try it.
So like long distance videos, or they stay at a distance of time or whatever would be. So like if I like this next set of Bettas that I'm going to breed, like video and those step by step.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I think that.
Can't really do that with Guppies.
Yeah.
And it'd be really fast.
Here they are today, and here they are 28 days later. And in another 28 days, you're kind of the same thing.
Absolutely. And you can always do like a walk through the process type video, without having to show 28-day expanse and then do a second one as
coming.
Yeah, things come in. Sorry, my third chat over here, I saw something pop up from JH Aquatics. So let me jump to that real quick. JH, thank you for the super chat. Let me get here. There it is. $3 super chat says, Ladies Night at Big City Bettas in 15 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Woohoo!
All the girls.
I'm ready for Ladies Night. I'm ready for it. How about that?
Well, you're missing your bonnet. Go get your big bonnet hat, and then.
There we go. Thank you, JH. I really, really do appreciate that. No, you don't want to see what comes out at the $20 super chats. Zen Ginger has seen it.
I have too.
Yeah, he's seen it too. That's a surprise for when the time comes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Joseph. I'm going to jump back over here and make sure I have not missed anything. I don't see any chats on the board, so I can take that off. And I can take this off. And if you've got any questions, feel free to toss those out there.
Well, Jess, are you ever planning to have like a tank of just something just for you? Because, you have the Bettas and the Guppies, but like, I didn't think I was going to do it. I ended up with a Beischer.
Oh, wow.
So.
I want a 55-gallon. I know that's not like massively huge, but I don't want like a big 150-gallon or anything like that. But I would like to go up to a 55-gallon, and I would love to just fill it slap full of male Guppies, all the colors.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, if you just sit back and think, there's always movement. There's always color. That's what I want to see.
So Carrie had asked about a video on your racking setup, but that is actually, as you had said, that is the same setup that Corey from Aquarium Co-op has.
Yes.
So that saves you from having to make that video.
Right.
Carrie,
you may still want to make the video.
You may want to, absolutely. But
it's the same one, and he probably explains it a lot better than I did, and or I would. But it's very basic. Anybody can do it.
The only reason I mention that is you would almost have to take it apart and rebuild it to actually film the process or build a second one.
Right. So. Right. But now, there are some things that I would change. In the sump is where I have it heated, because the room that I'm here, I don't heat. All of my tanks have heaters in them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the Vader wall, being a mobile home, it's hot in the summertime anyway. But I'm worried about this winter. I'm worried about being cold. So I'm going to have to figure out, I do have a heater in the sump, but by the time it goes up and then starts dripping, it's done chilled. So I'm probably going to have to do some kind of insulation around the piping so that the warm water gets all the way to the top and then into their jars. So
absolutely.
I don't know. And honestly, I don't know how I would change it to make it I don't know how it could be changed to be heated more, I guess. I don't know. But that's the only issue I have with this setup.
Gotcha. Hey, Nicholas Webb came over from TikTok. I appreciate that very much. I love that I've got some people that have come over here now. I want to say you've got 109 subscribers now, Mainstays, Fur and Fins. So congratulations.
That's awesome.
That.
Oh my gosh, thank y'all so much.
Well, thank you. You deserve it, and we appreciate everything that you do. So we want to return the favor and make sure people know about what you've got going on, because you've got a lot of awesome stuff.
I'm on a race. I have a plan, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm getting there pretty fast. So I feel if I can put good fish out there, then kind of like if you build it, they will come.
Right. Absolutely. And I do want to say, you may want to at some point, if you're looking for the video ideas like you mentioned, there are so many that got popped up in the chat. We don't even have time to pop all of them up. So you may want to go watch the chat replay at some point. Just this last section of it, because there are a lot of good ideas and what people want to see in terms of updates or kind of an overview of your rack for the bettas and things like that.
Yes, so, I will do that.
Aquafunk asked who we are talking to. Good to see you, Aquafunk. We are talking to Mainstays Fur and Fins. She is one of the channel members for my channel, and she is the first guest that we're bringing up as the new series Meet the Members gets kicked off. So,
and her name is Jess, too.
Her name is Jess, yes. But she's got an awesome YouTube channel and a website and amazing bettas. I've got several here at the house, and they're just so beautiful. I love them. I love them.
Chubs.
Now, do people ever call you Mains?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually how everybody kind of started out, and then, or they would say, mane's tail, fur, and fins, which is a mouthful. And when you first look at it, you have to slow down to read it. And so once they finally get to, reading it out more and more, I'm like, golly, that's a lot, So then I was like, hey, you can call me Jess. So as we're going through it, I'm meeting new people. I get in there and say, hey, you can call me Jess. But they'll shorten it. They'll go from mane's tail, fur, and fins to manes. And then at that point, I'll say, hey, you can just call me Jess. So, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I normally type manes, but sometimes I've typed in fur and fins.
Yes.
But I try to change it up on people. I'm kind of terrible about that.
I'm going to do MTF and F. There we go.
And I have thought about that too. I thought about, like, on my website or doing all of that type of stuff, just initializing it, MTFF, and then just underneath it, mane's tail, fur, and fins. But I haven't done it yet. We might. We'll see.
Nicholas Webb has a quick question, and hello, Nicholas, in case I missed saying hello before. Amazon sword has a large stem with lots of leaves, but small root sections. When can I clip as to not kill the shoots or the parent plant? So I have always trimmed them based upon how big the root sections are. But that's just me personally. I've never dissected one that had a very small root section. Ed, have you? I'm sure we've got probably 70 people in here still. I'm sure we could get a good. We've got 82 people watching. So I'm sure somebody has got the correct answer, if you will, for that question.
I just let them get as big and gigantic and beautiful as possible. I'm the guy that when I see people chopping it up, I don't know if you guys ever watch Joseph and Amber. Joseph likes to chop things up and Amber doesn't. I'm kind of in the Amber boat.
Gotcha.
I don't like to chop things up.
Yeah. So I've got these. It's actually two fairly large Crinum calamastratum over here, and I refuse to separate the second one. At some point I will, but it's like I don't want to mess with it. Zen Ginger is asking what your Instagram handle is. You mentioned your Instagram earlier.
We're going to ask that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's under mane's tails, fur, and fins. I don't think I changed it.
I will get it from you at some point, and I'll add it to the description on this video. I'll go back and add it in. So if you're watching this on the replay, it should already be there. But for those of you that want to check that out, we'll get it added. That way we're not putting her on the spot with 7 minutes left to go trying to quickly get it figured out. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I knew it was going to come up, and I didn't grab it. And I'm on Facebook as well under mane's tails, fur, and fins.
There we go. Yeah, so I will get the Instagram added at some point. You can just email that to me, Jess, and I'll add it on to the description of the video. Yeah, okay. Both Candy and Zen have been searching for it, and neither found it. Okay. So
under mane's tails, fur, and fins
on the Instagram. So if they didn't find it with an hour and a half of searching, best of luck to anybody else trying to find it.
Yeah, it may just be under my name.
You may not want to give your name out. It's okay.
Yeah.
So,
but
you have to make one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I really want to change this one over too, but I don't know how to change the name.
So there we go.
James, there's another quick question that I don't know how to do.
Absolutely. Dragon Lair
helped me with that.
I did, and I'd be happy to do that for you.
Because mine was just my name.
Dragon Lair's come back with an answer for the Amazon sword question. Dragon Lair says, clip a few of the outer leaves off and plant it in a clay pot in potting mix and cap the soil. It will make tons of roots. So there you go. I knew we'd have somebody. Dragon Lair says, I grow tons of Amazon swords. Yeah, it's very rare that we don't have someone around in the chats. Another reason I love this community, because even if one of us hasn't done it, somebody has. So thank you, Dragon Lair, for answering that. I really do appreciate it.
Well, Dragon Lair, my Amazon swords for a while were putting off babies left and right. Now they're just growing their leaves. I'm not getting any babies anymore. What do I do to get babies, Dragon Lair?
When they feel like they're going to start to die, that's when they start to put out babies. And so at least that's my knowledge. That's how it worked with me. And when they're like super happy and healthy, they don't like sprout stuff. At least that I've noticed. So it was probably like in a new environment, getting used to it. And that's why it was doing that. And now that it's happy, bam.
Yeah, it was right when I bought it, and it was growing, and it was putting them out. But every one it came out with a new one. And I'd grab it off and go put it in another tank. But now they're all growing, but no babies.
All right. So Candy has got the link up for the Fish Fem Ladies Night with Big City Bettas and Oddball Aquatics. I assume that's where everybody is headed to next. We've got about 4 minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up. So if you've got any final questions for Jess or myself or Chattanooga Ed, feel free to throw those out there. And of course, I hope you all already knew this, but check out Chattanooga Ed's channel, please. I would really appreciate that.
You know what?
Instagram is under my ranch name, so yeah, we'll need to change that.
Gotcha. We can get that figured out. Mary Page Flynn with the $2 super chat says, it was great getting to know you, Jess. Mary, thank you for the super chat.
And I got you wrote down, Mary Page. Just email me when you want them, or go to the website and you can get them through there. Just let me know.
Candy says that she doesn't know about my logic, which is totally maybe right. So it's what I've noticed. So, but maybe I was just bizarre. But yeah, I thought before they die, they try to reproduce, for a later day.
Oh, they're seasonal. It says babies on swords are seasonal.
Oh.
So
also dependent on light intensity. Sorry.
Huh.
Okay.
So now I got to go YouTube that.
There you go. That's one of the great things about this community is there's a chain of questions and answers that we can all follow around. Because Beth is asking, what does my shirt say? This one says, I have more fish tanks than I do friends, and I'm okay with that. I have more fish tanks than friends, and I'm okay with that. However, at this point, I mean, I've only got about 53, 55 fish tanks. So we've got 78 people watching. I would consider you all friends. So at this point, the shirt's wrong. And I appreciate you all, and I love you for that.
Tear the shirt off.
I'm not tearing the shirt off, Ed. I've got an undershirt, but we don't want to ruin the last couple minutes of it,
I want to thank everyone for all of the subs and members on that for me. I mean, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you're at 110 subscribers now. So about 49 subscribers from tonight's
Wow.
That's awesome.
I feel like I need to give something else away.
I think that you covered it. We don't want to drain your fishy resources after. I mean, you gave Ed and I free Bettas, and then you gave out Bettas and Guppies tonight, and everybody loves you for that. Save that for your channel. That way, people will be continue to encourage.
Well, I was taking on. I went live. Hanging on. I'm going live a whole lot now, but I went live once to make sure my stuff was working, and then I haven't gone live again because I was waiting for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You'll have to make a video of what you feed your fish. Also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
Because that was a question I was going to ask you, and now that we only have 1 minute.
Brine shrimp. Adult brine shrimp, baby brine shrimp, brine shrimp. And then when I run out of that or in between, I throw some flakes. And that's about it. I love some fried food. Live food.
I like fried food.
Yeah. Live food, and I like watching them hunt for it. I like watching the Bettas hunt for it.
Well, I do want to say thank you, Jess, for being on, and thank you for being a member. I appreciate that. Thank you for the awesome giveaways. Of course, Chattanooga Ed, thank you for being here as well. A huge thank you to the supporters that are the moderators on here. I can't list all of you all, but I really do appreciate all the work you all put in each and every week, multiple times a week, as a matter of fact. All of the lurkers, the likers, the listeners, the people watching the replay, Tampa Tom Fishing, I'm talking to you, buddy. Thank you all for doing that. Let me pull this up. We'll say thank you to the super chats, and then we will get off of here because I'm about to be running over my time, and I hate to do that, but I want to say thank you to the super chatters. While I'm pulling that up, if you are a channel member and you would like to be on the show at some point, send me an email, fishroomfever@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to set up a date to have you on the Meet the Member series. For the super chats, a huge thank you to Fantastic Freaks, Grumpy Mike's Fish, Fantastic Freaks again, JH Aquatics, and Mary Page Flynn. So once again, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful time or wonderful day. And until next time, keep your fish healthy, keep yourselves healthy, catch yourself a little